welcome to the Lifestyle Challenge. My name's Yvonne Phillip and I am a lifestylist, consultant and career coach.
And my name is Sonia Yves, empowerment coach, author and lifestyle blogger.
Welcome once again. You are on a 5-day challenge with us, and we over 5 days are going to take you through a number of steps which will put you on the right step to a new you.
Many of us have different areas of our life that need some attention, and you're joining us today so that we can help you look at each of those areas and for you to live your best life.
First of all, we're going to start with the wheel of life. So think about it. What areas of life do you think need improving? Over to you, Sonia.
Well, as I said, sometimes you feel that something's just not right in your life. You can't put your finger on it, but things are just not gelling. So there's a system called the Wheel of Life, or a coaching tool called the Wheel of Life. And what the Wheel of Life actually does is look at every area of your life and gives you the opportunity to assess which areas need attention.
So those areas are...
I have one here. So these areas are family, friends, significant other, personal growth, fun and leisure, home environment, career, money and health, if I haven't said that before. So the wheel, if you can imagine, this depicts your life, and you've got the different sections here that I just mentioned. So what we're going to do now, or what you'll do is you're going to get one of these, and you're going to score the different areas. Really think about, take your time with this. So what you're going to do, you're going to score each section with 0 being the lowest score and 10 being the highest. And you have to be honest with yourself. For this to really work, you need to really think about, how do I feel in each of these areas of my life? It's going to tell you what areas need the most attention or the most urgent attention. So say, for example, you've got here, I'll start with family and friends just because it's at the top and you can see it clearly, hopefully. So with family and friends, these lines here depict the different sections, okay? So you're going to score between 0 and 10. So 0 is down here and 10 is up here. So if you think about your relationships with your family and friends, or how you feel about your family and friends, and you give that area a mark out of between 0 and 10. So for example, if you feel that your relationships within your family and friends are perfect, and you will decide what how that presents itself in your life.
What perfect is to you.
Yes, what perfect is to you. Then you will mark it where, you know, you'll mark it here. So if you think it's perfect, it would be a 10. If you think it needs a little bit of work, it's not bad, but it needs a little bit of work, you might then mark it between anywhere between 8 and 10. So say, for example, you might feel it needs work. So you might say to yourself, okay, this is a personal example for me, that although I'm quite busy with all the things that I do, I feel sometimes that I don't spend enough quality time with my friends. I hope some of them are watching this. I'm putting my hands up. So I wouldn't necessarily mark that at a 10, because I'm being honest with myself and saying the time that I would like to spend with my friends isn't there for whatever reason. So I'm going to mark that maybe a 5 or a 7. We have good relationships, but I just would like to see them a little bit more. So I have to organise my personal circumstance to allow that to happen. So I'd mark that, say, a 7. Okay, and then you go round the wheel, looking at each area of your life and giving it a score.
And marking it accordingly. Yeah. So as Sonia says, the score is personal to you. And this part of the challenge is really about us getting a baseline and you really doing some self-assessment on where you are in your life. Because unless you get a good baseline, you can't move forward.
Yeah.
You've got to have a starting point. and you need to be as honest with yourself as possible.
Definitely, and this is really the opportunity for you to start that process. It's really saying, where are you now before you set out on a journey, yeah. So you're trying to reach a destination. You have to know where your starting point is. If you're looking at a map, and the map is saying that, you know, how do I get to Kingston upon Thames? You need to know where you are on that map in order to know what route to take. Yeah. So this is the start of our journey.
This is day one of the lifestyle challenge. Now, we want you to take your time, but obviously we want to make sure that by tomorrow you're able to put your scores in your group and at least highlight what areas of your life you're happy with and what areas of your life are in need of improvement. And they're the ones that myself and Sonia are going to support you with over the next couple of days.
Okay, yeah. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go around the wheel. You're going to mark each section a score. You're going to give each section a score. And then what you're going to do after that, you're going to then take your pen or your pencil and join you're going to put a line, okay? So just say for my friends and family, I'm going to mark it there. So that's say a 7. Then when I go around, I'll have different marks right across the chart. Then I'm going to join those marks together to form, ideally, a perfect circle. But because I've got scores that are going to be, some are going to be here, some are going to be up, some are going to be lower, it's going to be quite jagged. Now, there's an example, you'll get this, but there's an example here of what a completed wheel may look like. Okay, remember, this is your wheel, so every wheel is going to look very different. Okay, but for a wheel to perform well and go round in a circle without a bump, if you can imagine, if a wheel is going in a circle, it needs to be smooth edges. For a wheel to do that, the lines need to be joined. So the aim of this is, you're doing this now, but you will come back to it in the future, and the aim of it is that one day your circle will be perfect with smooth edges and there won't be any bumpy rides. Yeah,
that's what we're trying to do, even out those bumps in the road, and I think this is a fantastic starting point.
It is. So
where are we going to put these? Into the group?
We're going to put these in the group, but also it'll be attached to the email that you've received today.
Okay. What this is going to highlight is not only the things that you need work on, but the things that are already great in your life. And no matter how bad or upset or frustrated we may get with parts of our life, there are some really great things that we need to be grateful for and that we can be grateful for. So what we also want you to do on this is not just think about what are the areas that need improving, but what are the areas that we need to be grateful for, we need to be thankful for, that we are blessed to have. And that may be a simple thing, for example, the roof that you have over your head. It may be the air that you breathe. It may be the fact that you have a job. You may not like your job, but you have one, so you need to be thankful for that. So what we also want you to do is list at least 5 to 10 things that you are grateful for, and say daily gratitudes. Now, this may sound a bit woo-woo and a bit out there and a bit, a bit fairy. However, when you speak to the universe and you are grateful for what you have, it actually is proven that it brings you more and more blessings into your life. For example, if you were to meet a group of children that were playing in a park that you walked through and you gave them some sweets, you'd probably get actually arrested if you did that now. Yeah. But and you gave them some sweets, and some would just took it for granted that we're kids and it's expected of us and run off. You wouldn't want to give those children anything again. But the child that was more grateful, you would want to give
them
more to. Now that is probably not the best example that I should give. However, it proves the point.
Yeah, you can see the essence of what you're saying.
Prove the point. Now, I don't want any of you to go around giving sweets to children in parks
and saying that Yvonne sent you.
And saying that I sent you. But and I do hope that you get the example that we're trying to give.
Mm-hmm.
The people that show more gratitude and are more grateful in life actually attract more to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we really want you to think about, when you look at your wheel of life, you're going to have areas that are scoring quite highly, and you need to be grateful for that. Don't take it for granted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The areas that are scoring quite low, they're the areas that we know that you need to work on over these 5 days and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to summarise, we're going to do our wheel of life.
Yep.
And put those comments into the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
You'll receive an attachment of this example.
With this. Yep. So you'll have your own wheel of life. And what I would suggest you do is, print it out if you can in colour, but it doesn't have to be. But just work on it and be, as we said, be honest with yourself. Be honest.
Be honest with yourself. Check into the Facebook group and let us know how you're getting on. Myself and Sonia will be both in the group and able to answer any of your questions. Also, say your daily gratitudes. We want at least 5.
Yeah, I think 5's a good number.
5's a good number. We would push it to 10, but we're not going to be that wicked to you just yet. Yeah. So at least 5 things. And if you want to pop those into the group as well, that's great. Put it out there to the universe. You keep things to yourself, you're never going to move forward. So I think that's it for us for the day.
Yes, it is. So thank you for joining us. Have fun, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care. Bye.